This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from DeSanto Propane. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Little John and Barbie Orthodontics. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the FingerLakes1.com broadcast booth here in Waterloo as we are live as the Tigers take on the Newark Reds as the top 2 teams in the Finger Lakes East girls standings go at it here tonight. Big spot on the line in the league for the title. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome in. Happy you could tune in with us today. Paul Russo and Kyle Evans here with you. Kyle, like I mentioned, this is a battle of the 2 top teams in the league. Can't really ask for anything better than that going into a Friday night matchup. These 2 teams met early on in the season. We'll touch a little bit more on that in just a second. But especially given this time of year, even if they hadn't played yet, what type of level of this game does it mean for the league standings being so close between 1 and 2?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot on our Upstate Hoops podcast every Monday. We were very high on Newark and still, I think, are pretty high on Newark. We knew Waterloo is probably going to be at the top, as they always are every year. But, yeah, to have these 2 teams go head-to-head after already meeting probably, I think it's, just over a month ago, and it was a 1-point difference. I mean, how could you not want to come back and watch this matchup? I think we're in store for a good night. Yeah,
the Reds are looking to avenge that loss on their home court back on December 20th. As you mentioned, a 1-point loss, 60-59. The Tigers able to get the victory there. And that's one of the things, actually, Kyle, that you highlighted. You mentioned the Upstate Hoops podcast, but for a couple weeks you mentioned that game and the stuff that kind of happened. And since then we've seen the Reds really kind of get back into that groove and get back to that pedestal that we've kind of put them on throughout the season.
Yeah, in that loss, it was kind of a mental thing for the reason why they lost. For some reason, they just didn't really know the situation in the final 10 seconds, and it cost them the game. And I think since that moment, they've kind of regrouped and resettled, and they've kind of been back in the win column and just playing really well. They've also played a lot of non-league games. I don't think people really look at that point of it. Some Class A teams that are very tough. So their 9-5 record, I mean, had they not played some of these Class A schools, I think it would be even better.
Now, Waterloo, they're not unaccustomed to those Class A schools either, but for them, there's a bit of the same old situation of sorts we've seen with them now the past couple of years. Now, mind you, they're still kind of revamping a little bit since that state title a couple of years ago, but they find themselves undefeated in league play, and their only losses coming out of league play, oh, by the way, against Class A schools.
Yep. So Class A has given these teams in the Finger Lakes East some trouble, and rightfully so. I mean, they're bigger programs, lots of skill, of course. But I still think no matter what, these 2 teams are going to be probably some of the last ones standing.
All right, as we got the horn for warm-ups to wrap up here. And so we'll throw it courtside to PA announcer. It's a bit of a duel going on there between AD Crystal Kent and also our very own FingerLakes1.com's own Kenny Haas from Kenny's 2 Pennies down there. He'll be doing the starting laps. So we'll toss it down to them down there for pregame festivities. We'll be right back here in the booth.
Association requires officials to enforce all sportsmanship rules for athletes and coaches. Officials will not tolerate negative statements or actions between opposing players, especially trash talking, taunting, or demeaning comments. If such comments are heard or actions seen, a penalty will be assessed immediately. Officials have been instructed not to issue warnings. Let today's contest reflect neutral sports.
Thank you very much. We just put Claire Bennett right on the side. She said she would do it, so thank you. And now at this time, will you please stand for a recording of the national anthem by our very own varsity ensemble.
Senior, number 3, Naomi Jones. A senior, number 4, Malia Brown. A junior, number 14, Arizona Chapel. A senior, number 20, Takila Vine. The coach for the Newark Reds, Diane Kearney. Assistant coach, Bill Kearney and Justin Devlin. And now, the starting lineup for your Waterloo Tigers. A junior, number 4, Addison Bree. A sophomore, number 5, Gwen Panic. A sophomore, number 10, Tangel Williams. A junior, number 15, Macy Muller. And an 8th grader, number 21, Janae Hopkins. The coach for the Waterloo Tigers, Michael Brady. Assistant coaches, Keisha Brady and Jason and Godly We Trust.
All right, Paul Russo, Kyle Evans here back with you in the booth. As we got the starting lineups out there, Korean Natali, Naomi Jones, Leah Brown, Arizona Chapel, and Kayla Vaughn for Dan Kearney's Newark Reds, and they're away at Blacks. They'll be moving from our left to right here on offense to get it going. Kyle, I know you're not quite the jersey guy like I am, but the black road for Newark, they put a flat red in there instead of their maroon, kind of like the new Houston Rockets jerseys in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure too much about the Rockets jerseys, but I will say I do like the look of these jerseys.
For Waterloo in their home whites, starting 5 of Addison Bree, Gwen Panic, Angel Williams, Macy Muller, and Johnny Hawkins. It will be Hawkins and Vaughn taking the tip as we are about to get back underway of actions here as we're waiting for... What are we waiting for here exactly? I'm not too sure. No, they're waiting for a couple of the players to tuck in the jerseys. I see.
7-1 tip.
Hey. Hawkins, Vaughn, ball in the air, we're underway, and Newark's will control it. Natalia will run point, swings it right wing for Jones, swings it now for Brown. Waterloo in a 2-3 zone here on defense, get it going. It is Natalia with that on the right side. We try to go on the block. It was the right idea, just thrown behind a cutting Brown and turnover out of bounds. It'll be Waterloo ball coming the other way on the inbound. So 7:45 to go first quarter. We're scoreless, and Waterloo with their first possession here on offense. It is a box and, well, actually it's going to be a 3-2 zone for Newark on defense. Muller has the top key, swings it for Bree at the right wing. Now back to Muller. Weighs her options, goes a panic at the free throw line, dribbles through, finds Hawkins, lay in, no good. Rebound getting tipped around. Hawkins gets it, second chance for Waterloo. As no reset with Panic top of the key, now to Muller on the left wing, swings it, three-pointer on the way from Williams, no good short, but it will be a rebound for Chapel and Newark. 7:10 to go here in the first quarter, scoreless, and the Reds coming back on offense. Natalia with it, swings it for Jones, now leaves it for Brown at the top of the key. She'll go back into Chapel on the free throw line, and driving layup, no good. She'll head to the line for 2. We have a foul on Waterloo. And they'll get Hawkins, the sophomore, or rather, 8th grader, apologies. Jumped the gun on that one a little bit. Collecting her first personal foul on team's first at the 6:58 to go mark of the first quarter. First free throw on the way from Chapel is good. Chapel, a junior center, had 13 against Waterloo back in December. She'll look to maybe better that as banks off and good, and the Reds have a 2-0 lead at 6:58 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, she was their leading scorer in the last matchup, Chapel.
Waterloo the other way with it. Muller controlling the point, top the key, swings it for Panic on the right wing. She's looking for help. Now drives through the red zone. Her runner no good. Rebound getting tipped around, ends up in the hands of Muller, so second chance, fresh shot clock for the Tigers. Bree back to Muller at the top of the key. Muller now dribbles right side, comes back to the top, swings it for Williams. She has it left side wing, now back to Bree. Bree will take a corner three, no good long. Rebound brought in by Newark and Jones. She's going to quickly find Brown, and out to a cutting Chapel. One-on-one with Muller, laying up and no good. And before the shot, they were called travel on Chapel first. So the first turnover on the Reds there on the game. At the 6:21 to go mark of the first quarter, it's 2-0 still, the Reds over the Tigers. Muller with it for Waterloo above the timeline and to the top of the key, hands it off for Williams, back to Muller. Reds still in a 3-2 zone rather. Panic with it now, right side wing. Goes back to Muller. Pass intended maybe for Bree, but Panic will pick it up. Skip pass to Williams, a little too hard to handle on the left side near baseline, or sideline rather. And a Tiger turnover will give the Reds the ball.
Kind of shocking. We've almost made it 2 minutes. No, just 2-0.
Yeah, indeed, 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2-0 still. Vaughn with it for the Reds. Swings it back out for Natali. Now swings it for Jones, or Brown rather, to Jones. Now to Vaughn on the right side wing. Waterloo sells into a 2-3 zone of their own after playing a little bit of full court. And Natali had it, but moved the feet before the dribble. It's a travel on the Reds. So another turnover at the 5:45 to go mark of the first quarter.
Hopefully you took the over on the travel calls.
Yeah, hopefully Terry Rozier's nowhere around for that. Muller with it. Hands off for Panic at the left wing. She'll go back to Muller. Now Williams back to Muller. A little pitch and catch above the three-point line for the Tigers. Williams now to Bree at the right wing. Up fakes on Vaughn. She'll drive baseline now. Kicks it back out Muller. Top of the key. Three-pointer. No good short. And rebound brought in by Panic. Second chance here for the Tigers, and it's going to pay off. So we'll have a foul on the Reds on the floor. And they're going to get Karina Natali with the foul. Sophomore guard's first personal. Team's first. So fresh 30 on the shot clock for the Tigers. With 5:23 to go here in the first quarter of action. Inbound Williams goes to Muller, right side wing. She'll drive through. Skip pass out to Bree. Three-pointer from the wing. No good long. And rebound brought in by Naomi Jones. And here comes Newark the other way with Natali. And Waterloo will sell into a 2-3 half-court zone. She'll hand it off for Brown. Brown into Chapel in the paint. Powers in. Layup no good. Gets her own board. Second chance. Rolls off no good. She'll get a third chance, but swing it out. And the Reds will reset on offense. Wow, long-distance three-pointer on the way and no good long from Naomi Jones, where a foul is. I believe Chapel went over the back. And indeed is the case. The junior center picks up her first foul and team second. So still 2-0. 4:53 to go here in the first quarter. No field goals made, only a couple free throws from Chapel of Newark as the Tigers are looking to get their offense fired up. Williams with it. Muller now top of the key. Swings it for Bree right wing. Back to Muller, back to Williams, 15 on the shot clock. Panic with it now. Back out to Williams, now to Muller, now to Bree, right side wing. Really good zone here by the Reds, 10 on the shot clock. Pass intercepted. Bree tried to find Hawkins down low on the block and picked off by Malia Brown. Here comes Newark the other way. Oh, wow. Naomi Jones steps back, no good on her three. And here comes Waterloo the other way with it, 4:18 to go in the first quarter. Panic has it. Fakes left, comes right, hands it off for Bree. Now back to Panic at the top of the key. She'll drive through, runner up, no good. And ball gets tipped around, but Chapel comes out with it for Newark. She'll hand it off for Brown. Brown now back to Natali as Waterloo will shuffle back into their zone that they've been running all game. Brown with it, skip pass over to Vaughn. Now Vaughn over to Natali, left alone. Right wing three-pointer, no good, short. Rebound brought in by Waterloo. We're halfway home in the first quarter. 3:45 to go in the quarter. Panic with it for Waterloo. Now kicks it back to Muller. Now to Williams. Now to Bree, left wing. Bree looking for help. Finds Williams. She'll take some dribbles now. Now swings over for Muller, top the key. Now into the paint with Panic. Try to go to Hawkins, and that pass tipped. Out of bounds will remain Waterloo ball. First substitution for the contest. Hawkins checks out. Kagambuti will check in, the sophomore forward for Waterloo. Her first action of the game. So 14 on the shot clock for the Tigers. 3:31 to go, game clock on the quarter. Inbound goes to Bree, back to the inbounding Williams in the corner. That three-pointer no good long. Rebound tipped around. Panic with it, and she'll come back out and reset the Tiger offense. Panic back to Williams. Corner three, no good, short. And the Reds come away with the rebound. Natali with it. Oh, goes up and a little too high to handle for Naomi Jones, and a turnover, Waterloo ball.
Well, 2-0 for a reason. Lots of turnovers, and Waterloo just can't make a three right now.
If you were to tell me based on the first game this would be the case, I'd probably be laughing at you being a liar, but here we are, 2-0. Newark on top with 3:05 to go in the first quarter. Muller swings it for Panic at the top of the key for the Waterloo offense. Muller with it, now back to Panic, a little pitch and catch. Adding Addison Bree on that one. She'll take a three-pointer, no good, short, and rebound to Kayla Vaughn.
What are they, 0 for 6 or roughly that?
It's pretty much that. It's been Interesting here, defensive battle so far. 2:46 to go in the first quarter. Natali with it, right side wing for Newark. Dumps into Chappell on the block. Skip pass out for Brown. Brown three-pointer, no good. And rebound brought in by Tangel Williams. Here comes Waterloo the other way. Addison Bree with it. She'll run point on this possession. Swings over for Panic, left wing. Now back to Williams. Now back to Panic on the left wing. Into the paint, and that pass tipped. Ends up in the hands of Newark. Natali has it. She's able to find the cutting Leah Brown and in. And we have our first field goal of the ball game, folks. 4-0. Newark over Waterloo with 2:15 to go in the first. Here comes Waterloo. They'll look to answer with their first bucket of their own potentially here. Panic with it. Down to Muller. Muller and Panic will pitch and catch. This Newark defense, a 3-2 zone, has done really some wonders here so far. As Panic now swings it for Bree at the right wing. 10 on the shot clock. Panic will take a three-pointer long distance. No good long. A rebound brought in by Chappell.
This is unreal.
It's a bit crazy right now. I like I said, wouldn't have anticipated this score so far. Jones with it. She'll take a top of the key three-pointer of her own. No good long. A rebound tips around, and Bree comes away with the rebound for Waterloo. Here come the Tigers the other way. She's able to find a streaking Tangel Williams. No good on that lane, and rebound brought in by Vaughn. She'll leave it for Natali, and here we go with a minute and a half to go here in the first quarter. 4-0 Newark over Waterloo. Been a fast-moving quarter in addition to that. Chappell with it at the free throw line, skips it back out for Brown. Brown at the right side, wing for up, goes into the cutting Jones, and we're going to have a travel. Probably would have been take your pick of penalties there because she was also in the lane for a few seconds.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. I really can't. Might be the longest scoring drought Waterloo's ever had since we've covered.
It's pretty crazy right now. 4-0. 1:10 to go in the first quarter. Here comes Waterloo now on offense. Panic has it. She's looking for help. Goes to Muller. Now skip pass to Bree, left wing. She'll go back to Panic at the top of the key. She'll drive through. Now kick it back out to Bree in the corner. Under a minute to go now on the game clock for the first quarter. Panic with it. Drives left baseline. Run around away and in. When Panic gets the Tigers on the board, and Coach Mike Bree will take his 30-second timeout with 52.8 to go on the game clock in the first. So 4-2. I think, like Kyle, like we've been alluding to, as everybody's kind of anticipated here.
Yeah. What was it, 60-59 in the first matchup?
Yeah.
And based off right now, I'm not sure they hit those numbers.
Yeah, we'll see how it all plays out here, but this is really the first true extended stoppage of play we've even had in the first quarter as well. Been fairly quick moving, all things considered. Few people coming in too now at this point. The weather, you know, we rarely here in the north end of Seneca County get hit by the true lake effect stuff, but it's actually getting here today with the weather system coming through. So good to see some people getting in here as we're back underway. Tally with it. She's guarded by Williams, and Waterloo will settle back into a 2-3 zone here in the half court. Goes into the block for Vaughn, and she'll travel on that as well. She was met by Moody on defense there. I don't know if she really established a pivot foot more than anything else there. Waterloo's going to go to her quickly here. Muller with it to Bree, back to Muller, top of the key to Panic now. Finds Bree cutting through the paint, dribbles out, now finds Muller. She'll take a three-pointer, no good long, and rebound brought in by Bree, but stripped away by Chappell. And here comes Newark the other way. We got 25 to go on the game clock. No shot clock for the Reds here. Tally controlling the point, and it looks like the Reds might go one possession here for the quarter. Vaughn with the top the key. Swings it to Natali, left corner. She'll now dribble out. Now at 10 on the game clock here. Brown with it. Back to Chappell. Now kicks it back out for Jones at the left wing. 5 on the clock now. Brown with it. Oh, nice no-looker into Chappell in the paint. Her jumper no good. Gets her on board. Gets it up in time, and no good there. And that will wrap up the first quarter of action here. A defensive battle more than anything else. It's 4-2. The Reds up over the Tigers. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on FingerLakes1.com.
Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way.
Welcome back in here on FingerLakes1.com. Russo and Kyle Evans here with you. Appreciate you tuning in. It's Newark 4, Waterloo 2 here. The battle of the top two teams in the Finger Lakes East standings. And Kyle, not exactly what we were probably expecting in the first quarter. Probably expecting a little more offense. Defense, though, for both teams has been pretty stifling, though, all things considered.
Yeah, a lot of missed three-pointers. I would see even from both sides. Newark's also missed some, and turnovers don't help with scoring. And I would say two of the best players that are on the court haven't even scored yet. So that makes for a low-scoring, I guess, 4-2 ball game.
And Waterloo will begin the quarter here with the ball. Moving from right to left. Bree goes to Muller on the floor. They're joined by Moody, Delaney Batten in for the first time, as is Juliana Pearson. Bree with it. Goes back to Muller. Newark in that 3-2 zone they were in the first quarter. Moody right corner back to Bree at the right wing. Top the key reset now with Muller. She's trying to look for some way to get through the lane. Can't find it, so she'll kick it back out to Bree. We got 10 on the shot clock. Muller now back with it. Hands off for Moody. Back to Muller. Top the key. Swings it for Bree. Long distance three dialed up. No good short. Rebound brought in by Pearson. We'll have a second chance opportunity for Waterloo. As Bree has it. Swings it for Moody. Now back to Bree in the corner. Back to Moody. Some pitch and catch above the three-point line once again for Waterloo. Into the paint now with Batten. She'll kick it back out. Ball gets tipped around. Intended target was Muller. And Waterloo comes away with it. 15 on the shot clock. Bree with it. Back to Muller, left wing. Step back three-pointer. No good there. Ball tipped around. Ends up in the hands of Kayla Vaughn for Newark. And here they come the other way on offense with 7:04 to go in the first half. Brown with it. Oh, try to give and go with Natalie. Pass just a little bit too hard to handle. So pass picked off the hands to Bree. Bree up to Muller. She'll drive through the lane. Ball poked. She'll back out to Bree. Now into the left corner for Pearson. Back to Moody on the wing. Top the key for Bree. Swings it into the right corner. Up fake by Muller. She'll drive through. Back out to Bree. Top the key. She'll up fake and go back to Muller at the right wing. 10 on the shot clock. Newark defense doing a really good job in this 3-2. 5 on the shot clock now. Bree top the key. She'll drive through. Launches a runner. Good. Tied up for all. 6:25 to go, second quarter. Here come the Reds on offense. With it for the first time today, Sophia Delf. She's into the game. Swings it over for Natalie. She'll take a three-pointer. Nobody really met her. No good long, and rebound brought in by Bree. Bree has the ball, directing traffic. I think she was trying to maybe find Muller up court, but just too many Reds through, so she'll go coast to coast with it and connects. So the Waterloo Tigers come away with their first lead of the ballgame, 6-4, with 5:55 to go here in the second quarter. Newark now on offense. Vaughn has it in the lane. Power dribble up and over on Batten and good.
Wow, what a shot.
And Vaughn, her first bucket of the game, tied up 6-all. Moody with it. Three-pointer on the way, no good from the corner. And rebound brought in by Natalie, and here come the Reds the other way. 5.5 to go here in the second quarter. Delphs with it, hands off for Chappell at the free throw line. Now back out to Natalie, who swings it for Brown. Brown takes a dribble, finds a cutting. Delphs, and her lay-in is good. Sophia Delphs, junior guard, connects on her first bucket of the game. The sixth man tonight for the Reds on the board. Pearson, left side wing, finds a cutting Moody on the block. She'll dribble back out. Gets it to Bree, now to Muller at the top of the key. 15 on the shot clock for the Tigers. Bree launches a three-pointer, and it's in. And Addison Bree, all the offense for the Tigers here in the second quarter. 9-8. She's got 7 of the Tigers' 9. Newark the other way here on offense. And it will be no avail. A travel called there. As Kayla Vaughn had it, and she walked through. Turnover once again here as Waterloo subs in Gwen Panic, Tangel Williams for Addison Bree, and Macy Muller. So Williams will control the point here with 4:44 to go in the second quarter. 9-8, the Waterloo advantage over Newark. Pearson back to Panic at the right side wing, looking for help. Panic, she'll atop the key Williams. She'll take some dribbles, now go into that left corner. Pearson running baseline there. Now back to Williams, down to Moody, swings it Panic, right side wing, drives through, kicks it back out for Williams, under 10 on the shot clock, 7 on that. Panic with it, gets tipped out by Natalie, and so it will be Waterloo ball, 6 on the shot clock. Naomi Jones will check back in for Newark, and Arizona Chapel will get her first breather of the game. Williams will inbound it right in front of the Newark bench. Williams will go to Panic, 5 on the shot clock. They're going to have to go to work quickly here on offense for the Tigers. 2-1, and Williams will get it off in time. No good on her three-pointer. Ball tipped around, and they're going to say remaining Waterloo ball, so a second chance here for the Tigers on offense. Be 4:15 to go on the game clock. Inbounding Pearson. She'll go to Moody in the right side corner. Tries to go baseline on Dels, but has to kick it back out for Panic, who was met again by this 3-2 zone of Newark. Moody has it back to Panic, right side wing. Pearson in the corner, back to Panic. 15 on the shot clock. Panic dribbles through, finds Moody at the baseline. Her little runner, no good. Ball tipped around, and we'll have a foul coming the other way. And they're going to get Moody with the foul. That's her first. She went over the top of the sophomore. Team's first on the quarter. So Hawkins will check back in, as will Bree, and Baller as well. So it's a little bit of as close as you can with this Waterloo team, a hockey-style line change as Bet and Moody, Pearson all will check out. So starting 5 on the floor for Waterloo, and Newark will turn the ball over. I believe Brown thought Jones was going to be cutting baseline. There was nobody home. So Waterloo the other way, 3:44 here to go in the second quarter. Muller top of the key with it for Waterloo, swings it for Williams, back to Muller. Muller looking for some help, finds it in Panic. Now passes it over for Breed, corner for Williams. Three-pointer dialed up, no good long, and rebound by Vaughn, and she's going to get dinged with a foul there. And I know she's kind of asking what she did, but it was a little bit of a push-off that I'm not going to say I never did back in the day, but I certainly probably wouldn't be the right party to advise guilty or not guilty in that situation.
Yeah, and the ref was right there, so of course he saw it.
So that's Vaughn's first, team's first on the quarter. Inbound goes to Panic. She drives baseline and remain Tiger ball. Ball was poked out. Dels was able to get a hand on it.
That looked like it tipped off her face, and I think that's why Coach Kearney's not happy.
Yeah, I couldn't tell personally speaking, but yeah, even there's a few of them that were kind of walking the other way too even. So Waterloo inbound goes to Panic. She dribbles out, finds Bree at the right wing. We got 3:20 to go on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock for the Tigers on this possession. Muller with it, swings it for Bree right wing. Way out three-pointer, no good short. And rebound right in by Sophia Delphs for Newark. And here come the Reds the other way on offense with 3:07 to go in the second. Natali with it, swings it for Jones. Now to Brown. Oh, nice little go to Vaughn, and that lay-in's good. It's a little bit of a football-style go route in a way there on the basketball court. 2:50 to go. Second quarter, the Reds back in front by 1, 10-9, as the Tigers are back to work on offense. Panic. Hawkins, pass intercepted by Delphs, and here come the Reds the other way. Natali with it up court to Vaughn, 2-on-2. Ball poked up on defense by Bree, but the Reds are going to be able to retain possession. And they're saying Natali traveled. She tried to pick up the ball.
That's got to be about 7. It's not even halftime.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I haven't really seen that at all this year in our games. As Panic checks out for Waterloo, Moody comes back in. Bree with it for Waterloo, left side wing. Swings it for Muller at the top of the key. Taking some dribbles, finds Moody in the right corner. Hands it off for Williams. Now into the block with Bree. Goes to work on Delphs. Back out to Williams, 15 on the shot clock. Williams driving through the lane. Nice runner, no good though. Rolls off and Delphs with the rebound. So 2:10 to go, first half. Newark 10, Waterloo 9. Oh, three-pointer dialed up and in. Naomi Jones, the senior.
She's got Steph Curry range, pulling up from way back.
She has taken all those shots from about at least 3 feet behind the three-point line here, each attempt. So the Reds back out in front by 4, 13-9. Moody with it for Waterloo, kicks it to Muller, now back to Bree at the top of the key. Picked up her dribble, looking for some help, finds Moody cutting through the lane. Swings out for Williams, corner 3, dialed up, no good long. Rebound brought in by Newark. Malia Brown, ball poked though, as they're going to say last off of Waterloo and Addison Bree. Be Newark ball. 28 on the shot clock for the Reds, 1:37 to go on the game clock for the second quarter, as Waterloo will fall into a bit of a full court pressure, but Newark able to get out of it. Tail Vaughn with it. Oh, nice little step back jumper from the elbow, no good. Tried to work out of a double team there, and rebound brought in by Bree, and here comes Waterloo the other way. Hands off from Muller. Muller, no wasting time. Three-pointer's good.
Nothing but net.
Macy Muller's first bucket of the game. 13-12 now, the Newark advantage. With 1:10 to go in the second quarter, we'll have a foul on Addison Bree. She reached in. And that's her first foul. Team's second on the quarter. Tough spot for her, too. She was looking, thought she might have gotten away with it, and her dad, head coach Mike Bree, was disagreeing with her. Got to be a little bit tough on that one. Reds inbound will go to Jones and back out for Natali. Natali swings it now for Delphs on the right side wing. Met by Bree, hands it off for Vaughn on the block. Laying up and no good. Offensive foul as Vaughn pushed off it, looked like with her arm.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Pushed the arm right out.
So Vaughn picks up her second personal foul, be the team's second with 1 minute to go here in the second quarter. Tigers back to work on offense, trailing 12-13 on Newark. Muller has it. Power pass into Moody. Runner on the lane, no good. Rebound brought in by Vaughn. Newark with the ball here. Hands off for Natali. She's above the timeline with 45 to go in the quarter. Swings it down into the block for Brown. Tried to go to Vaughn, cutting through, and now bodies on the floor. Ball on the floor. Waterloo's going to come away with it. A couple players from Newark down in the backcourt. Hawkins laying no good, and they're going to say Hawkins traveled first. And it looks like Vaughn was able to get up. She was one of the players down. Sophia Delph's the other player, and they both looked like they kind of came together with Muller diving for the ball there. And it looks like everybody's good enough at the moment. Lainey Benton will check into the game. She'll get Hawkins for Waterloo. And it looks like Delphs and Vaughn will stay in for Newark. Muller stays in for Waterloo. So everybody's good there. Good to see. 34 on the game clock, 30 on the shot clock for Newark, so a 4-second differential between the two. There will break full court pressure. Vaughn, free throw jumper, no, it's in actually, rolled in. Thought that was rolling out. So Waterloo will try and answer, trailing by 3, 15-12, the Newark lead, 18 seconds to go, first half. Bree has it above the timeline. She's going to swing it to Muller at the logo. Now dribbles to the top of the key, dumps in for Moody at the free throw line, 10 to go. Moody dribbles out of a double team, gets it for Bree. Now 5 on the clock. Moody top the key. Muller with it. 3. Back to Bree. Long distance three-pointer dialed up. No good. Banks it off and away at the buzzer. And that will wrap up the first half of play here in Waterloo. Newark 15, Waterloo 12. We'll be right back here in a second with our DeSanto Propane halftime show here on FingerLakes1.com.
This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from DeSanto Propane. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Littlejohn and Barbie Orthodontics. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
Welcome in, everybody, to FingerLakes1.com and the DeSanto Propane Halftime Report. Russo and Kyle Evans here with you. Newark 15, Waterloo 12, the two top teams in Finger Lakes East, Kyle. And this game at the moment not exactly matching that first game we saw back in December. It's been a bit of a different story. Defense premium and forcing turnovers has been the name of the game so far.
Yeah, I'll say the word. It's been ugly. Obviously competitive, though. Close game. But this is not the usual Waterloo team you're used to seeing, or Newark. And you can tell both coaches aren't very happy. And I think there'll be a lot of messages here at the half. Clean it up, for one. I also want to ask you this. Is it just me, or have they taken both teams taken a lot of shots from way out that are kind of unnecessary?
Yeah, I mean, the Waterloo element of it, it's interesting, right? Because Newark's come out in a 3-2 zone, which you don't see necessarily a ton of anymore, because normally if you are in the zone in that style, right, you're in a traditional 2-3, but I think Newark realizes that because Waterloo is so guard heavy, right, you want to press up a little bit more and force that element of it. And then on the Newark side of it, yeah, I mean, Waterloo's in a 2-3 zone, but they really have, their three-pointers have been from distance. I mean, Naomi Jones, who does have 1 3, out of the ones she's attempted, they've been from way out. So you're pretty spot on with that, Kyle. One of the things, too, I noticed, mentioned the coaches, head coach Mike Bree for Waterloo, Dan Kearney for Newark. Yeah, they're upset, but then there's also an element of it every now and then where I'll look down and they're just kind of just like, they shrug like it's just like, maybe this is the game today, essentially, right? And there's this, you have to maybe coach and work yourself around it that way.
Yeah, and maybe that first matchup did help. We see it a lot in all professional sports. When you see a team a second time, obviously game plans are a little different, adjustments are made. So maybe that's just what it is. Newark, figured how can we, slow down this Waterloo team, and I think they found a way, and now can they just score enough to win this game?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Here, speaking of scoring, let's do a quick scoring breakdown. We'll start actually on the Waterloo side. They're trailing 15-12, but game high right now, 7 from Addison Bree, all coming in the second quarter there, and pretty much all within a pretty much 2-minute run for the Tigers, and she became their only source of offense there for a moment. Joining her, three-pointer from Macy Muller. She's got 3, and then 2 from Gwen Panic. She had the only field goal in the first quarter for Waterloo. On the Newark side, leading the way, 6 points for Takayla Vaughn. All 6 coming in the second quarter for her. 3 for Naomi Jones, and then 2 each for Arizona Chapel. She got those at the free throw line back in the first quarter. Sophia Delphs, and then a bucket from Aaliyah Brown in the first quarter as well. As we have, we're a little bit more than halfway home here in the halftime period as the Waterloo co-ed cheer team, and your athletic director Chris had mentioned that we have a cheer competition tomorrow in Newark for them, so they're giving the fans a little bit of the routine that they'll be showcasing tomorrow, so good luck to them and everybody else there at the competition tomorrow. Take a quick look around the Wayne Finger Lakes in addition to our game here tonight. We'll start on the girls' side of things. Wayne at Bloomfield in the Finger Lakes East. Sodas at Clyde Savannah. Dundee Bradford at Honeoye. Red Creek is at East Rochester. A pretty big one on the girls' side there in addition up in Wayne County. Gananda at Lyons. 1-2 battle in the Wayne County standings as well there for the girls. And score update there, 11-2 after the first quarter. Lions in front up at the Community Center. South Seneca's at HAC. Naples at Marcus Whitman. Williamson Marion's at North Rose Wolcott. Penn Yan at Powell Mac. A pretty big battle there as that is 4-5 in the Finger Lakes East standings in that game. Rymos at Red Jack and Victor at Aquinas. The boys' side, it's Pittsburgh Mendon at Canandaigua. Geneva at Wayne. Battle of 1 and 2 on the boys' side of things in that matchup up in Ontario. We have Rochester Academy at Marcus Whitman. Mid-Lakes is at Minders. Andover Whitesville visiting Naples in a non-league game. Obviously, the boys opposite Newark hosting Waterloo there. Palmac is at Penn Yan, and then Victor is at Hilton on the boys' side. So pretty full stack slate there. And Kyle, appreciate you pulling double duty tonight because you'll have all those scores and updates and anything else that happens coming up there in a little bit.
Yeah, we have a 19-game Friday. Always lots of action on Fridays. Always look forward to it because it seems like, always the best matchups are usually on this night. Not as many boys' games as girls' games, but as you mentioned, still some good ones on that side. And yeah, I think the Lions get on the game, other than this one for the girls' side, is probably my favorite of the night. But you said it's 11-2, so
after one, yeah.
So,
yeah, been in battle of the top teams in the standings there, and hey, maybe it's a little bit not quite as extreme as we had there, but you never know. Appreciate Zach Young providing the update on that one for us here for FingerLakes1.com. Give a quick update here for what we got going on FingerLakes1.com. Upstate Hoops Monday, 2 p.m. We'll carry on and update through everything that's happened this past week. Look forward to the week ahead. Tentative broadcast Monday night will be in this sense, trailing the Waterloo girls up to the Lions in a non-league game. Be interesting if it would be a number 1 versus number 1 in Finger Lakes East versus Wayne County in that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great one for sure.
Then we for sure have this one locked in. We were supposed to do it this past week. Weather got in the way, but Geneva at Lions boys Thursday night. Me and you, Kyle, got the call on that one. I forgot to mention myself and Nate Sharman will be on that call Monday night, but looking forward to that one. That's a repeat of a couple games that happened last year in a matchup that I know both head coach Ed Collins for Geneva, head coach Dean Schott for Lions have been really looking forward to and kind of introducing that rivalry of sorts back into the schedule for both teams.
Yeah, they've had some great matchups over the last few years. It's not just Lions winning each one. Geneva's given them a pretty good fight. So definitely excited for that one.
Then the other one super far out, if you will, that we're kind of looking at, Marcus Whitman at Minders Boys. That's about 10 days out at this point. That's Tuesday the 11th. And Jim Senecropi will be back in the booth for that game as well. So looking forward to that. First horn for halftime goes here, which means we're about to get back underway. So that will wrap up the DeSanto Propane Halftime Report. Appreciate everybody for sticking with us here and making us a part of your Friday night. So 15-12 the score. Newark in front of Waterloo. Hopefully here we'll get a little bit more offense. I don't mind defense, but I also, would prefer a little bit of offense every now and then,
Yeah, I would think after talking here at halftime, the both teams are going to definitely make some adjustments, and I would say that will result in more scoring, but who knows? Maybe this is the night of lopsided wins. Not lopsided wins, but low defensive games.
Right, in the ways that we didn't anticipate.
Yep.
So Newark will start the ball here in the second half. Waterloo on defense. Be starting fives on the floor for both teams. Or rather, no, apologies, not for Waterloo. Johnny Hawkins will not start. It will be Delaney Batten getting the going here. And we're back underway. Waterloo 2-3 zone. And they go into Vaughn on the block, but kick it back out for Natali from Newark at the top of the key. And they'll reset the offense. Brown with it to Chappell at the free throw line. Jumper there. No good short. Gets her own board. But unfortunately, it'll be heading the other way. We have our first foul of the second half here. They'll get Chappell with an over-the-back call. That's her second personal, team's first on the quarter. So maybe a little bit of what we had there in the second, or rather first couple of quarters here. Are you going back? And going again. Muller for Waterloo. Swings it for Panic. Back to Muller, top of the key. Newark steadfast in this 3-2 zone that they've been running. Bree with it. Back out to Muller, left side wing. 15 on the shot clock for the Tigers. Panic with it. Finds a cutting Bree through the lane. Now she'll dribble back out. 10 on the shot clock. She'll leave it for Panic. Now top of the key, Muller. Swings it for Williams, but couldn't get the pass off in time. She was kind of bobbling it, and she'll get dinged with the travel.
I should say, didn't these guys learn the message at halftime?
Yeah.
Following a travel already.
I can tell Coach Breeze even agreeing kind of with that analysis there. So Newark back with it, able to break the soft pressure, I'm going to call it, from Waterloo from the moment for that full court pressure. Brown with it, hands off for Chappell, cutting through the lane, no good, and we'll have a foul on the floor first. And they'll get Williams with a reach-in foul, so that's going to be her first personal, team's first for Waterloo with 7:05 to go. The third quarter and a fresh 30 on the shot clock for Newark. Tally the inbounder, she'll go to Vaughn in the left corner. And pass intended for Brown, or Jones rather, intercepted by Bree. Hands off to a cutting Panic, 2-on-1. Laying up, no good. Rebound Batten, Waterloo second chance, no good. Rebound brought in by Brown, and Newark has the ball once again. Tally with it. Above the timeline, swings it back for Brown on the left wing. Looking for some help. Waterloo in a 2-3 zone down the half court. Natali has it. Three-pointer dialed up and in. Karina Natali, her first points of the game. It's a three-pointer, 18-12, the biggest lead we've seen so far tonight, with 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Muller with it. Goes to Bree at the free throw line. Back out the Panic at the top of the key. Dribbles through, finds Williams in the right wing. Now back to Bree. Top of the key reset with Muller. Muller will now drive through the zone, try to go to Panic, and the pass a little bit too low, and out of bounds. It'll be Newark ball on the turnover. So it'll be Vaughn inbounding in front of the Waterloo bench. 6:17 to go in the third. Reds with the advantage, 18-12. Waterloo soft 2-3 zone pressure. It's actually going to work out. Panic with the steal. Don't really have numbers. She'll go right at Natali, though, and it's going to be last off of Natali. She'll get a block shot there on a strip, rather. And it'll be Newark, or rather Waterloo ball, apologies, with 26 on their shot clock. Williams the inbounder. Near side baseline underneath the basket. Goes to Muller. Now back to Panic at the top of the key. Now to Bree, left side wing. Skip pass over to Muller in the corner. Her three-pointer no good. And rebound by Chappell, and she loses the handle on it. And Waterloo getting an inadvertent third chance here.
I think she expected the ball to come down a little differently and then just went off her stomach, it looked like.
Williams, the inbounder, goes to Pack. Able to get Vaughn in the air. She'll drive through, lay in, up, no good. And it'll say she traveled. And it will be red ball. Vaughn, the inbounder, she'll go to Natali. Waterloo in a 2-2-1 zone full court. And the Reds able to break it. Brown has it. She thought about handing off to Jones, but would rather go to Vaughn. And now swing it over for Natali at the right side wing. Waterloo sells into a 2-3 zone in the half court. 15 on the shot clock for the Reds. Top the key with Brown. She takes some dribbles, finds Vaughn. Looking for help. Swings it over. 10 on the shot clock for Jones. Jones now to Brown in the left corner. Now into the block for Vaughn. Power dribble on Bree. Up, in, and one. So Addison Bree will pick up the foul. Her second personal, team's second on the quarter. And Vaughn heading to the line for the first time tonight, looking to get 3 points the hard way here on the free throw.
And I believe it's just the third free throw combined for both teams.
It is. All three coming for Newark. As we have waiting for jerseys to be retucked back in here. Don't really see that all too often anymore.
Sounds like the ref said he doesn't make the rules.
I mean, hey, you're being consistent at least. That's all you can ask for, right? So Vaughn has it for her and one attempt, and no good. And ball goes to Williams, so Waterloo comes away with the rebound here. Here come the Tigers the other way on offense. Panic directing traffic, looking for some help now. She picked up her dribble, goes to Bree. Right wing three-pointer from way out, no good, but Williams gets it. Nobody there for her. Second chance for Waterloo. Muller now with it. Her three-pointer, no good long. And rebound brought in by Chappell, and now she'll get fouled from behind. They'll get batting for an over the top.
See what I mean right there, back-to-back threes from Waterloo, and it looked like they're 2-3 steps beyond the arc. I just don't really get that.
So Batten's first personal, team's third. With 5:07 to go here in the third quarter. Reds with the ball. Vaughn running point, gets above the timeline to Brown, but pressure almost turned the ball over. Newark able to corral it. Natali with it. She'll take a three-pointer, no good short. Ball tipped around. Who's will come away with it? It'll be technically Newark, last off of Panic. So second chance here for the Reds. Fresh 30 on their shot clock. 4:52 on the game clock for the third quarter. Brown, the inbounder, goes to Natali. Back to Brown, who goes to Chappell. Now to Natali in the corner. Up fakes and drives through. Kicks it for Brown on the block. Back out for Vaughn. She'll try and drive through on Tiger. She'll do a jumper. Nothing caught there. And Waterloo coming the other way off the miss with Panic. Panic has it, top of the key. Now she'll pull back out, swing it for Bree, now to the corner for Williams. Three-pointer on the way for her, no good long. Rebound Muller, nobody really there, so second chance for Waterloo. Hands off for Panic. She'll drive through the lane, runner up and in. Waterloo's first bucket of the quarter goes to Gwen Panic. 20-14 now the score. Newark in front, 4:13 to go in the third. Jones with it, swings it now for Natali at the top of the key. Waterloo really pushing a 1-3-1 style zone of sorts. They're trying to, I think, front Chappell down in the block. Natali with it, now left side wing. Hands it off for Vaughn at the top of the key. 10 on the shot clock for the Reds. Really want a lot of clock drain on this possession. Brown with it, 5 now on the shot clock. Dumps in for Chappell at the elbow. Goes to the block for Vaughn, 2, now 1. And Vaughn able to get the bucket in before the shot clock goes off. 10 points. It's a game high now for Vaughn. It's 22-14. Bree with the runner, answers back. We have a timeout on the floor. Waterloo will call it. And let's see what we got here. It's going to be a full timeout taken by the Tigers and Coach Mike Bree. So 22-16 here. A couple baskets in concurrency here for both teams with 3:37 to go in the third quarter. This live presentation of Ice Basketball on FingerLakes1.com. Jay Possible thanks to the support from Dr. Littlejohn and Dr. Barbie and their outstanding orthodontic team. Share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. You can check them out online at littlejohnortho.com. Chino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. You can visit Chino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, their original Waterloo location, or all new renovated location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. You can order online at chinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. And GoNet Speed, the future of connection is here, and it's fiber made for how we live and work today. GoNet Speed fiber is faster and stronger than anything out there. You can check availability in your area, as well as plans and pricing at GoNetspeed.com. Get ready for fast and reliable fiber internet straight to your home. Paul Russo, Kyle Evans here with you. Appreciate you making us a part of your evening here. Finger Lakes East girls battle here. Top two in the standings. Waterloo trailing 16-22 on the Newark Reds. Both teams break their huddles off the Tiger timeout. Vaughn, Natali, Brown, Jones, and Chappell on the floor for Newark. Full court pressure by Waterloo. The Reds will be able to break it. Brown has it above the timeline. Looks for Chappell, gets it. Now back to Brown on a give and go. Back to Chappell, give and go, and Chappell gets it on the runner. Chappell scores for the first time since the first quarter, 24-16. Now the Newark advantage. 3:15 to go in the third. Muller with it. Gives it to Panic. Now to Bree, right wing. She's left alone. Three-pointer dialed up. No good. Long, way long. And trying to save it was Williams, and no good. On that attempt, it will be Newark ball.
And this matches the largest lead of the game, right? I think it was 8 earlier for a second.
Yeah, for a moment. As Newark has it with Talley up court to Brown. Good job by her to kind of crawl it in NFL style. As the Reds are able to break the full court pressure of Waterloo. Natali top the key. Swings it for Jones. Now back to Brown. As 2-3 zone here of Waterloo is working wonders. Chappell has it. Left alone for an elbow jumper. No good long. And rebound brought in by Panic. Here come the Tigers the other way. Panic now has it above the timeline. She works top the key. Hands it off for Muller. Three-pointer on the way from the wing. No good. And rebound brought in by Chappell. Chappell hands off for Natali. 2.5 to go third quarter. Natali to Vaughn. They will break the full court pressure. Vaughn now swings it for Natali. Waterloo still 2-3 zone. Now to Jones. Swings it for Brown. Left wing. Dumps into Chappell, who was cutting through the lane. Runner no good there. Good defense by Waterloo. And here come the Tigers the other way with Panic. 2 on 3. Don't really have numbers. Zeros on Vaughn and intercepted her pass intended for Bree. Jones with the steal. Leaves it for Natali, and I think a little bit of miscommunication here. Here come the Tigers the other way. Muller steals it from Jones. Now Muller will pull back out. Swings it for Williams on top of the key for Bree. That Newark zone, again, doing wonders. 3-2 on that. Panic with it. Now back out to Bree. 15 on the shot clock for Waterloo. Swings it from Muller. Now the Panic at the free throw line. Drives through, kind of left alone after she beat Chappell, and it's in. When Panic gets another point here. 24-18 now the score for Newark on Waterloo. We got a minute and a half to go in the third. We'll have a foul here. I think we'll get Williams as she was chasing after Brown on a hand check. So that's Williams' second personal. And team's fourth on the quarter. Chappell checks out. Sophia Delphs comes in for the first time in this half. Brown the inbounder. She'll go to Natali. Natali guarded by Bree, and lazy pass, but Jones able to trail it in. Swings it back for Natali. Three-pointer, top of the key. No good long. Rebound brought in. Brown, second chance opportunity. Two-pointer from Delphs is good. And Newark really trying to stretch this lead out as best they can. Back to 8, 26-18. Muller with it, top the key for Panic. Swings it for Bree on the right wing. Up fakes now, drives through. Onto the block, no good. She got fouled. I think we'll get Vaughn with the foul here. Yep. So that's Vaughn's third personal. She's going to be really the only player at the moment in any true foul trouble. As Bree will head to the line for 2. Waterloo's first free throw attempts on the night here coming up. Bree, the junior guard, 4 years of service as a varsity player. Has the ball for her first attempt of the night, no good. 23 points, a season high for Addison Bree. Twice happened last time out against Powell-Mac or 2 times ago for Powell-Mac, and then against Newark in that matchup back in December. No good on either, but rebound by Macy Muller, and she'll get tied up with Natali. And so Natali will actually pick up a reach-in foul there. It's her second, team's third on the quarter. A fresh 30 here for Waterloo. Inbound near Williams, baseline. She'll go out to Bree, the left side wing. For help, she'll swing it from Muller at the same spot. Takes a dribble in, now back out to Bree, top of the key. Finds Panic at the free throw line again. Waterloo's had that if they really want it. Back out from Muller, three-pointer, top of the key for her, no good. Rims out. A rebound brought in by Vaughn in Newark. Under a minute, 43 seconds to go in the third quarter. Natali double teamed, almost was able to break it, but triples it off her own foot. Here comes Waterloo the other way. Williams has it, hands off for Bree. Long distance three-pointer for her, dialed up, no good there. Rebound brought in by Williams, second chance, and we'll have another foul here. This time they'll get Natali again, so Newark has a couple players here in some foul trouble as we exit the third quarter. Natali picks up her third personal, team's fourth. Williams the inbounder, baseline, near side. Underneath the basket, look for help. She goes to Moody on the block, but a bit too hard to handle, and the whole deal is just a little bit of a comedy of errors there. This went off of Vaughn, then off of Delphs, and it'll be Waterloo ball here. No shot clock for the Tigers, 26.9 to go on the game clock. Williams inbounding it. She'll go relief valve option for Bree. Swings it for Panic. Panic now dribbles and finds Muller in the left corner. She'll dribble back to Panic. Swings it for Bree. The top of the key. Finds Panic back at that free throw line. It's there. She'll Euro through the lane. No good on her runner, and rebound by Vaughn. 10 seconds on the clock for Newark here. No shot clock. Talia looks up at it, now above the timeline. Swings it past intended for Vaughn, but it's Jones who has to go and get it. 3 on the clock now. Back to Natali. Into the block for Brown to Vaughn. She gets it off in time and count it. It's in. Buzzer beating layup for Takayla Vaughn. And so that will wrap up the third quarter of action here. It's 28-18. Newark with the biggest lead of the game so far. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter here on FingerLakes1.com.
Littlejohn and Barbie Orthodontics. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
Going back in here on FingerLakes1.com. Paul Russo, Kyle Evans here with you in Waterloo. The Tigers trailing the Newark Reds 28-18, Kyle. And the offense has picked up a little bit here, but for the Tigers, they're going to really need a couple more of those defensive stops we've seen so far. That really hasn't been the issue. It's been more the offense. They just haven't really been able to get anything going, whereas Newark has been able to sniff it a couple of times and make some runs, but even then, you can make the case that for them, it hasn't been all that great either.
Yeah, this has definitely been Waterloo's worst game in terms of just playing clean and getting good shots. Just seems like the Newark defense is too much for them, and that's causing them to continue to shoot from beyond the arc, and their shots aren't falling as they normally are. So they just scored 6 points in the third quarter. I mean, not good enough.
And it will be Waterloo with the ball to start it. Muller has it, swings it for Panic, who is inbounding it. Panic back to Muller, now finds Bree at the free throw line. Takes some dribbles through the paint, now double team, but she's able to get help. She gets it to Muller. Three-pointer on the way, and it's in. Macy Muller, 6th point of the ball game, both from threes, and the Waterloo offense comes to life a little bit early here in the fourth quarter. Natali with it for Newark, drives through and try to go to Brown on the baseline. Will be off of Brown's foot, and Waterloo ball off the turnover. So for Waterloo, that's just exactly what you ordered. Muller with it now for Waterloo above the timeline. Now top the key, gets it to Bree right wing. Up fakes, now drives through, works baseline on Vaughn. We'll have a foul. What are they going to call it on here? This is interesting. They're going to call it on Vaughn, so that's her 4th foul. Said they got her with like an arm bar type thing. Arizona Chapel comes in for her. It's the first team foul as well as the quarter from Newark, and that's pretty big. One of the main sources of Reds offense normally will check out with 4 personal. Inbound to Panic, left alone, corner 3, rims out, was a good look. And coming with the rebound is Newark. Chapel with, or rather, Natali with it. Swings it for Delphs, back to Natali. Waterloo will now sell into a half-court 2-3 zone. Apologies. Delphs now to Brown, left wing. Brown skip pass, intercepted, or rather, no, it was tip, ends up in the hands of Natali. And now it's stolen away. All alone, Panic up court. She gets the pass from Muller. Now she's met by a couple of Newark defenders. Goes back out to Muller, hands off for Williams. She'll drive through and hands off for Bree. Bree now goes to work on the baseline. Skip pass out to Muller. Now to Panic at the left wing. Back top the key, Muller. She'll take it. Nobody really came out to meet her, and air ball by her. That will be Newark ball come the other way. And now Newark will take a timeout. Their first one of the whole ball game here. And let's see here. I believe they're going to do a full timeout, if I saw that right. And it is a full timeout taken by Stan Kearney with the 6:43 to go mark here in the fourth quarter. Slide presentation of high school basketball from FingerLakes1.com made possible thanks to the support from DeSano Propane, 4 generations stronger, a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online to DeSanoPropane.com for more information or call them toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. Get the insurance you need from people who know at Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, the Finger Lakes Insurance agency for your home, auto, or business. Get no obligation quote today at fingerlakesinsurance.com. And West & Company Diamonds and Jewelry. Get your Valentine's Day trifecta at West & Company Diamonds and Jewelry on Genesee Street in Auburn. Make any purchase of $250 or more. West & Company will throw in 6 red roses and a mini chocolate box. You can check them out online at westandcompany.com or stop in and browse their selection at 10 Genesee Street in downtown Auburn. Pretty good deal, I'd say, if you're in the market for that type of thing. Appreciate West & Company jumping on board as well for our coverage. So Newark with the ball at the timeout. Full court pressure by Waterloo. And Brown has it. She's trying to break it and does. She's able to get up to Delphs. And she'll drive through the lane. And good defense there by Waterloo, as I think Delphs kind of just lost where she was on the court there for a minute. And here come the Tigers the other way with 6.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Panic with it. Right side wing, dribbles out, and now looking for some help. She'll go to Muller at the top of the key. Swings it for Bree, now back to Muller. Muller now looking for some options. He'll swing it to Bree, now back to Muller. Into the free throw line for Panic. It's where they've been able to get some deep offense going, but no, it's the Newark defense stolen away by Natali. Natali now coming their way, and her ball is stolen away by Muller. Muller, 2-on-1, layup no good. She's going to head to the line for 2. And then Sophia Delphs will pick up the foul. Junior guard picks up her first personal. Team's second on the quarter. Muller 6 points on the game so far. Head to the line for the first time tonight. Has it, taking her dribbles. Releases her first on this trip, and no good, rims out. No substitutions. Muller sees 9-19 against Bloomfield. Another big game earlier in the season for the Tigers in terms of Finger Lakes East standings. Her second rims out no good there as well. So Waterloo comes up empty again on that trip to the free throw line. Newark the other way, Brown with it. Finds Chappell, but that pass too high to handle, and Waterloo able to pick it off. Tangel Williams gets it to Macy Muller. Here come the Tigers the other way. Muller with it, back out to Panic. Now back out to Muller at the top of the key. 5:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Muller swings it for Panic, back to Muller, right side wing. Now free throw line for Breach. She'll drive through on Chappell, blocked by Chappell. Chappell with a big defensive stop there, and here come the Reds the other way. Natali with it, up to Brown. Brown now back to Natali, will give and go, and it's going to work out at least a little bit here as a Waterloo foul's going to be picked up. Addison Bree picks up her third personal on the reach-in, team's first on the quarter. 28-21, Newark up in front of Waterloo, 5:29 to go in the fourth. Natali, the inbounder on the baseline, goes top the key for Delphs. Delphs back to Chappell, rather. Now back to Delphs, hands it off Jones. Three-pointer from the wing, no good, short, and rebound brought in by Panic. She'll come up the floor for Waterloo, 2-on-2. She'll drive through right on Delphs, lay-in no good, and she'll head to the line for 2 as Delphs got her on the way up. Delphs picks up the second personal foul of the game for her, team's third on the quarter. Panic will head to the line for the first time tonight for her stat line. First on the way for her, in. Tell Coach Bree was worried about that one. I was too. Kind of kicked off the iron there and back. Back with it for her second. Wastes no time and in. So Waterloo 2 for 2 on that trip. Cuts the lead down to 5, 28-23. And we got 5:12 to go here. The defensive pressure of Waterloo in the full court's paying off. And Newark able to break it. Jones has it above the timeline. Three-pointer on the way from her at the wing. No good, long rebound brought in. Leah Brown, we're back with a second chance opportunity from Newark. Brown with it right side, or Jones rather, to Brown at the top of the key. Brown out of Chappell at the free throw line. Give and go to Brown at the elbow. Now ball poked out, ends up in the hands of Natali. Corner three, no good, rimmed out. Second chance, Chappell's in. 30-23 now. Newark back in front, 4:38 to go in the contest. As Panic has it for Waterloo, right side wing. She'll drive through on the baseline. Nobody really there to meet her. Kicks a corner. Williams will take a three-pointer. Rolls off no good. Rebound by Chappell. Natali with it now. Looking up court. Finds Malia Brown, but she's met there by Kaya Moody. Gives it to a cutting Jones. Back to Brown. Three-pointer on the way. Rolls in and good. The shooters roll for Malia Brown. Waterloo looking for an answer now. 10-point ball game, 33-23. Bree takes a three-pointer from the elbow, no good. Rather wing. And rebound brought in by Newark. Brown had it, hands it off for Natali. Natali above the timeline, gets it up to Jones. Jones left side wing with it, looking for help. Skip pass, opposite corner for Brown. Brown works baseline, finds Chappell. Elbow, jumper, no good. Rebound Brown, swings it back out for Jones. Jones topped the key for Natali. No shot clock reset there, did not get rim. And it's 10 on the shot clock for the Reds. Natali with it. And she tried to do, I think she was trying to up fake and picked her foot up, so it'll be a turnover, Waterloo ball. Batten comes in for Waterloo. She'll get Moody. Delphs checks out. Vaughn back in for Newark. 33-23 the score. Newark in front of Waterloo with 3:38 to go in regulation. Muller has it for Waterloo. Top of the key. Looking for some help. She'll go to Bree at the free throw line. Now kicks it back out for Panic. Back to Muller at the top of the key. Swings it for Bree. She'll cut through. Launches a runner, and it's in. She had to acrobat it a little bit there, but it connects and in. 11 points on the ball game for Bree. And here we go. The Waterloo defense works wonders. Williams with the steal on the inbound. Her laying good. Angel Williams' first bucket of the game. Big as the lead now down to 6. It's going to work out again. Waterloo with another steal in this full court pressure. Panic with it. Finds Williams along the other block, but she'll come back out. Waterloo did not have numbers that time, and so they'll set the offense, and Muller's pass just too far away to handle for Panic, and it's a turnover in Newark ball. 2:56 to go here in the fourth quarter, and a big stop, couple stops there for Waterloo with that full court pressure. Lead back down to 6, 33-27. On the inbounder, she'll go to Natali. Natali now to Brown. Brown to Jones. They're able to break full court pressure. Finds Chappell alone on the block, laying up and good. (35-27) now, 2:40 to go. Panic with it for Waterloo, finds Muller at the top of the key. Back to Panic on the right side wing. She'll hand it off for Bree. Up fakes on Vaughn, now drives through, looking for help. Skip pass intended for Muller, intercepted by Natali, and the Reds are coming the other way. Natali up floor to Brown. Brown had to kind of corral it in and does. Finds Chappell. Back to Natali. Now the Reds here might be doing a little bit of clock management, if you will. Jones left side wing. Tried to go to Chappell. Oh, she missed it, but Brown finds it and it's in. So the Newark Reds able to make something out of nothing there. Back to a 10-point lead. Bree with it. She'll take a three-pointer way off, and Williams able to save it. Second chance for the Tigers. Panic with it now. 20 on the shot clock for Waterloo. Finds Williams in the left corner. She'll drive baseline on Chappell. Lay it up, and no good. She'll have 2. As Arizona Chappell will pick up her third personal foul, blocking foul. It'll be the 4th team foul on Newark for the quarter. Angel Williams, a sophomore for Waterloo, at the line for the first time today for her. Her first on the way, no good short. Williams going to try and get one here. Releases, and no good, and we'll have a violation, I believe. And that did not hit rim. And we also have a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. I believe it was taken by Waterloo. Let's see here officially, though. And it will be a full timeout, rather, taken by Waterloo as opposed to a 30 with 1:54 to go here in the contest. So 37-27, 10-point lead for Newark over Waterloo. Big implications here, as we know, for the league here, Kyle. And it looks like Hawkins will come back in for Waterloo. And this is a big spot. Game and a half back if you're Newark, but this closes that gap up here, and you look to even the season series and potentially give you just a chance opportunity here if Waterloo maybe gets another stumble here, if this result does hold, to give yourself a chance at a league crown.
Yeah, I mean, this is a massive game, even for Bloomfield. They're looking at this one thinking, wow, we got a chance to potentially win this league as well. So, yeah, it's a huge game.
Yeah. And also in that case as well, Newark plays Bloomfield as well coming up. And then for Waterloo, they got Bloomfield one more time as well. So top 3 positions certainly will be shifting plenty. Newark breaks all first. On the 4, Chappell, Vaughn, Jones, Brown, and Natali, the starting 5. And for Waterloo, it'll be the starting 5 on the floor for them as well. Hawkins, Williams, Muller, Bree, and Panic. Vaughn will be inbounding. She'll go, and she's trying to find help. Waterloo in that full court pressure almost works. Pass got tipped by Muller, ends up in the hands of Natali. Tried to go up floor to Chappell, and ends up in her hands. Brown with it now, works baseline, kicked it back out to Chappell, pass tip, and here comes Bree. She got the steal. She's come up floor quickly. Finds Williams working up floor. Waterloo doesn't quite have numbers. They'll pull back out, but they gotta go quickly. Muller, three-pointer, dialed up and in. Macy Muller gets Waterloo back to single digits here. Deficit 37-30 now, the Newark advantage. 1:25 to go in the fourth. Waterloo full court pressure. Newark able to break it with Brown. And she tried to go to Chappell, and she wasn't anticipating the pass. Ball on the ground. And they're going to say a kick on Waterloo. And it will remain Newark ball.
Yeah, if I'm Newark, you got to slow down here. And they're also trying to pass it too much. Give it to someone at the top and let them hold on and dribble a little bit.
All right, so Newark ball. Possession will be underneath the basket on the inbound. Natali with it. Natali goes up top to Jones, but that pass tip and last off of Bree as her and Muller kind of came together just going after the ball. It's tough to hate that effort, obviously. So now Natali will inbound it in front of her own bench. About a second ran off there, so 1:16 on the game clock, 16 on the shot clock for the Reds. Natali to Brown, back to Natali, back to Brown, top of the key, pass too high, ends up in the hands of Jones though. Vaughn now with it, far corner, now swings it for Natali. She'll take a three-pointer, and it's in.
That's the dagger.
Back to a 10-point lead, 40-30, 1 minute to go. Waterloo with the ball, trailing here. Muller will take a three-pointer, stop and pop, and it's in. So not dead yet. Macy Muller connects here, her third three of the quarter. 40-33 now. Waterloo full court pressure. Newark breaks it. Natali has it. She works right sideline. Now swings it, hands off for Jones. Ball poked. Panic with the steal. Waterloo with it. 45 on the clock. They'll have to do something quickly here. Panic up floor with it now. Leaves it for Bree. Bree takes a wing three-pointer. No good long. Rebound brought in by Vaughn. Hands off for Natali. And now Newark back in that driver's seat. Natali with it. Hands off for Vaughn. She's able to break the full court pressure. Waterloo's trying to get a foul here, and they just can't for whatever reason. Vaughn with it now. Swings it cross-court pass to Jones. And now they're just going to do the clock game here. They're passing around. Natali has up top. And now Muller will get the foul on her. There's a lot of time just drained off, though. So Muller collects her first personal foul, team's second, so we got three more to go here before they put Newark at the line. 18.8 on the game clock, no shot clock for the Reds. Brown the inbounder, hands off for Natali. Natali still has it, she'll drive through, and I don't know if Waterloo's trying to foul or not. Jones with it now, swings it for Natali in the corner. And it looks like, and now we'll have a foul as Bree gets charged with a body foul, her fourth personal, team's third. And 7.7 to go on the game clock here, so we'll be pretty much just get it in here for Newark, and they're going to drain the clock here as best they can. 4, now 3, 2, and the clock will wind, and Kale Vaughn has it. And Newark avenges that loss back in December. A big win for the Reds, 40-30 over the Waterloo Tigers, or rather 40-33. Don't go, everybody, right back with our Lil John and Barbie Small Style postgame show and our Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant Player of the Game. Don't go, everywhere. We'll be right back.
This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from DeSanto Propane. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Little John and Barbie Orthodontics. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
Welcome back here on FingerLakes1.com. Paul Russo, Kyle Evans with our Lil John and Barbie Smiles Us Out postgame show. We're joined by our Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant player of the game, Kyle Evans of Newark. Kyle, first and foremost, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
So I want to start here. This was a big game in the Finger Lakes East standings. You came into this game second. Now, technically, you'll still be second, but this was big. You avenged that loss back in December on your home court. You come in to the road floor now of Waterloo. What's it like kind of avenging that loss in December and now setting yourselves up first shot at this Finger Lakes East crown?
Very grateful, I would say. We definitely went into this game thinking that we have to win, knowing places in league and people thinking we wouldn't win this game. So definitely working hard in practice and making sure we won this game, talking, playing good on defense, making sure our offense was just on for this game.
Now, you also had a personal accomplishment. We'll get this question out of the way for you as well. You got to 1,000 points here recently. What was that like for you? You know, you're probably, well, in fact, you are one of the longest tenured members on this team, obviously a 4-year member of the varsity squad. What was it like for you getting to that number? And then follow up a little bit with that, too, right now. You know, it's one of those things where I remember, at least for me anyway, when I first came over here on Finger Lakes 1, you guys were still really good. You had a couple, I would call lull years, but now you've built back up a couple of years here and back to being really true contenders. What's it been like, that journey through everything?
I'd say it's been a rough patch here and there. Not everybody thinking that, you know, we could be up with these teams. We could be one of the top teams in our section. So I'd say just like with all the background noise and all the doubt, we just had to keep our heads in the game, and that's what we've been doing.
All right, we'll get you out here on one final question here. What is that next goal for you and your team here at this point in the season?
Definitely sectionals. Now we have to work towards sectionals. We just beat Waterloo. We had a tough loss versus Bloomfield. Now we play them next week and just see where we are from there.
Perfect. I love hearing that. So, Kyle, you also got a gift certificate for a free pizza from Cicino's. You can use that at either the Waterloo or Geneva location. Go ahead and make that good use of that. And congratulations once again on a great win and a good game.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. So to Kyle Evans, our Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant player of the game, good to chat with her. She had a team high, tied for game high as well, 12 points for Newark. And I want to give her a lot of credit. That was one of the, honestly, frankly, one of the best interviews I think we've ever had with a player. And for her especially, too, you know, this was a big spot. She mentioned it for her team, right? I mean, now it sets them up pretty well for sectionals. They build for that and get that run going. And for her, it's one of those things where, you know, you can kind of build off of this and really just continue what you've been doing.
Yeah, definitely well spoken. Big win. Like I said in the pregame, you know, I'm sure that 1 point loss, the way that went down, the way that ended, they weren't happy. You know, they made the adjustments to slow down Waterloo. Obviously, you know, they had their struggles too offensively, and, you know, they didn't play as clean as they would have liked, but they came in here on the road and got the job done. Huge league win, huge win overall. And now, like we talked about, you know, before the game ended, you know, Bloomfield's still alive. If Waterloo slips and loses another game, Newark's very much alive. So this league got a whole lot more interesting.
And I also want to apologize. I know I did it off air to her, but we've been calling her Tequila for a while here, and it's Tequila. I feel bad, but it's one of those beauty things of, you know, one of the main things I always look forward to is, you know, we never know who we're going to see exactly in the season, how it builds and goes. And luckily for us, this Newark team has really come on strong, as I mentioned, over the course of the past couple of years. And we get to see kind of the fruits of the labor. Coach Dan Kearney got back into the fold as well through all that. It's really awesome to see that program really come back on strong here. So let's do a quick scoring breakdown. We'll begin on the Newark Reds side. They come away victorious 40-33. It's Kyle Vaughn had 12, 8 for Arizona Chapel, 7 for Malaya Brown, 6 for Korea Natali, and 4 for Sophia Delphs. On the Waterloo side was a big fourth quarter for Macy Muller, 3 threes, 9 in that quarter. She had 12 on the game. And for Waterloo, she had to probably be the bright spot there because she was really able to come on strong. Gave Waterloo, frankly, a chance there at the end, where it didn't look like they really had much. Ashton Bree had 11, 8 for Gwen Panic, and 2 for Tangel Williams. For them, Newark improves to 10-5 regular season on the year. Waterloo will fall to 10-4. And that Finger Lakes East standings, as I mentioned, this is the first league loss for Waterloo. They will fall to 8-1. Newark to 8-2, and now a half game back of that Finger Lakes East crown.
Yeah, buckle up, everybody. It's going to be a great, I would say, 2.5 weeks to go or so?
Yeah, give or take. Do have an update. We talked about that Wayne County girls matchup trial of 1-2 between Lions and Gananda. The Lady Lions, 38-18, end of the third quarter with the advantage on Gananda. So things looking good up there if you're a Lions faithful, by chance if you're listening on this broadcast. But pretty good stuff up there as well in this contest. Again, before we get out here, update our schedule here coming up where you can catch us, Upstate Hoops Podcast, 2 o'clock on Monday. will be up in Lions for the Waterloo girls and Lions girls on Monday night. Myself, Nate Sharman, will be on the call for that. Then Kyle, me and you back at it again next Thursday night. Geneva at Lions boys, looking forward to that one as well. And then a little bit further out, we're targeting that Marcus Whitman at Miners Academy boys game in addition on the 11th of February. So Kyle, appreciate you as always. Hope everybody able to go in and check out the wrap-up as well here in just a little bit. You'll have you have your hands full here based on how this game went. Hopefully you got a couple other interesting and good games to plug in for that article tonight.
Yeah, hopefully you can have it out by 10 o'clock or so. 19 games, lots to look at.
Yeah, so appreciate you, Kyle. Appreciate everybody. So for Kyle Evans and everybody back at fingerlakes1.com, I'm Paul Russo. Your final once again, Newark 40, Waterloo 33. We appreciate everybody for listening and tuning in no matter where you were tonight, and we will talk again very soon.